Hi, I'm John Amundsen, and today I'm going to show you how to put your new front pad on. The tools you'll need: a piece of tape, a razor knife or razor, a measuring device, and if you have strap inserts, something to find those inserts through the EVA foam. I have a nail punch here, a pencil will work just fine. You're going to also want something to clean the board off before you apply your pads. I have acetone, but rubbing alcohol works well. Whatever you use though, you want to make sure to just give it a slight spot test just to make sure it's compatible. So the first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to flip the center pad over, take my razor knife, and lightly score the backing paper. You want to make sure to lightly score it, not go through the whole pad. You could cut your pad in half. Then I just peel the paper back, get it started. I'll take my pads, put them aside for now, grab a little bit of acetone, and I'll lightly go over the deck where I'm going to apply that pad. And again, you don't want to overdo it, just enough to get the fingerprints off and have a nice clean surface. Next thing I'm going to do is take a piece of tape, my measuring tape, and I'll come up about 10 inches. 10 inches seems to be a really good spot for most people. And just mark where I'm going to put my pad. And I'll take my pad, put everything together, and then at this point you want to take your time and just line everything up really straight and centered, and make sure you're at the edge of your 10-inch mark. And so this looks pretty good right here. So once I have everything in place, all nice and square, I'll put my hand on the back part of this pad, reach under, and grab that paper that I scored. Pull that off. Okay, now I have my center pad perfectly centered. So at this point, I'll take the rest of that backing paper, pull that off, and I have inserts on this firebolt. So I'm gonna wanna make sure to mark where those are at before I put the pad down and lose those holes forever. So what I'll do in the front part, I'll poke it through, find the front one, and then I know every inch forward I have a hole. Start laying this pad down, find this hole. So once I found the two holes, then I'll go ahead and just start working my way out. And for me, I have a pretty good eye with measurements, so I could figure that's 1 inch. If you have a problem, you can pull out your measuring device, and then every inch, go ahead and find your insert hole. Okay, so now I have all my holes, every inch. I have 5 on the front, 5 on the back. I can take my tape off. Now the easy part, take the rest of my pad and just kind of line it up with the center pad. And again, maybe just work your way out from the center. Make sure you don't get any air bubbles in there. Again, work your way from the center, work your way out. Get those air bubbles out of there. And then once everything's in place, you can use a roller or just use your hand and firmly press and kind of work that pad down Another good technique that you got to be careful with is putting it out in the sun. You could put it out in the sun for a few minutes, and that'll help melt the glue into the board and give you a really nice tight bond. But as I always tell people, don't leave your board in the sun. Well, this would be the exception. Do it for 3 minutes in midday sun, and the bond will be a lot better. So that's putting your pad on. Thank you very much.